What is going on, everybody? I am back for the second part of my PvP Balanced Druid guide for 5.4. Alright, the first one we went over stats. In this one, we're going to go over talents and glyphs, and which are good, why they're good, and stuff like that. Alright, the first tier. Feline Swiftness. Now, this one for PvP isn't really good. I mean, it could be good, but I don't know. I think it's more PvE. PvP, you need that extra escape. So, Feline Swiftness, I definitely would not take. Displacer Beast. This isn't too bad. I'll show you guys what it does. What it does is, it's kind of like a Mage's Blink, but it does not, I don't believe it gets you out of roots. Or it definitely doesn't get you out of stuns or anything like that. But yeah, I'll show you guys what it does. Just like that. Alright, so now that's alright, but I personally like Wild Charge better because it has several different utilities for which form you are in. If you're in no form, which is right now what you see right here, you can fly to an ally's position. Now this is really good if you're facing, say, a hunter team in arenas, or you need to, say, juke somebody or something. You can jump down off of somewhere and fly right back up to them, or if you want to port somewhere, it's very good, but definitely a necessity for hunter arena teams. Bear form, you can charge just like a warrior's charge. It doesn't stun them, but it immobilizes them for 4 seconds. Cat form, you can leap behind the target for a gap closer, but you don't really need that for a boomkin. Travel form, you will leap forwards like this, which is really good. I think that's just as good as Displacer Beast, but obviously there's many more utilities to this. And another one, if you're in boomkin form, let's see, you have to be in combat to use this, just like a hunter's disengage. So what you're gonna do, get in combat, and let's see, right here, boom, port you right backwards. So it is nice. One of the main reasons I like it is because, for this reason, I have a macro that I'm not going to cover in this one, but I will make a macro video. If you put in a mushroom and you're playing solo, and say you're in moonkin form, you can charge the mushroom, but you have to be in your normal form. So I'll just target it right now, and just like that. It's very good. It's extremely viable for definitely juking opponents, luring them down and right back up. It's very good. So that is one of the main reasons why I spec into Wild Charge. Alright, we're going to the second tier. I don't even know what that says, so whatever gift. Heals every 5 seconds, heals you for 5% of your maximum health. If you are at full health, the most injured nearby ally will be healed instead. Now this one is, again, PvE, could be good. PvP, not so much. It says 5%, but battle fatigue pretty much puts it at like half, so that's really not too good. Renewal, this could be very good. This is definitely solid. Instantly heals a druid for 30% of maximum health usable in all forms. So it's 30%. It's definitely good. You getting bursted, boom, pop this, 30%. It's very nice. Plus, you could do nature swiftness heal, all that good stuff. It's alright, but it's a 2-minute cooldown, so it's not really the best. I choose Cenarian Ward. because you can put it on friendly targets, so in arenas or RBGs or anything you do, world PvP with a friend or something, definitely the best one. Protects a friendly target, causing any damage taken to heal the target for 37,000 every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Gaining the health effect consumes a Cenarian ward, usable in all forms. Lasts 30 seconds. Alright, so what it does is put it on yourself, like this. And when you take damage, let's see if I can show you guys. When you take damage, it should fade. Yep, see, it faded for 6 seconds. Now you're getting 50,000 every 2 seconds. Now, that's, I don't know, I think that's absolutely amazing. It's nothing overpowered. Definitely not overpowered. But that plus a little rejuvenation on yourself. Let's see. I'm getting a little low. Rejuvenation. It definitely, 50,000, 100,000. Granted, that's not PvP, you know, but it definitely does work, and it's very nice. Alright, third tier. Fury Swarm. No good. I don't like it. Considering these two are much more viable. Grants an improved version of Fury Fire that also reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. Right now in PvP, it's kind of really easy to get out of roots and shit. So, it's really not too strong. So I definitely would not recommend that. Mass Entanglement, roots your target in place for 20 seconds and spreads to additional nearby enemies. Damage caused may interrupt this effect. This is pretty much an AoE root. You shoot it out there, boom, roots everyone. So it's alright, you know, it's good if you're in like big team fights or something like that, or say a hunter. Maybe if you're dueling a hunter or something, mass entanglement their pets and whatnot, they stampede on you. It definitely has its benefits, but Typhoon for me, no comparison. This is top notch. You can blow people off cliffs. You can interrupt them with it. It definitely pushes them back, so you can gain a little distance if you're kiting them, and it dazes them for 6 seconds. So this is definitely good. I'll show you guys what it looks like right here, just like that. It'll push them back, and you'll be in good shape. Soul of the Forest. Now this one I would never use ever. It's not really, I don't know, maybe PvE, I don't really know. I would just stay away from it. It says, for balanced, your Wrath, Starfire, and Star Surge casts have an 8% chance to cause your next Astral Communion to instantly grant 100 lunar or solar power. So pretty much every time you cast one of those 3 damaging spells, you can get an instant eclipse, which could be good, but 8%, I mean, that's not really too high, and in PvP you're not really standing there casting too much, so that I wouldn't do that. Incarnation is fucking awesome. I love it. It just looks cool, does awesome damage. I like it a lot. Grants a superior shape-shifting form appropriate to your spec for 30 seconds. You may freely shape-shift in and out of the form during Incarnation. So if you pop Incarnation, you're out of form. You can go back into it and still have Incarnation. Just because you shift forms, you won't lose it. Now for balance, it improves Moonkin form that gains 25% increased arcane and nature damage while Eclipse is active. So 25% damage. Can't really argue with that. That's great. Now, Force of Nature. Force of Nature is definitely an interesting talent, and if you're gonna duel someone, this is probably better for anything melee or whatnot. It's very good. Takes a little bit to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's kind of hard to switch back and forth because these instant roots are absolutely insane. So now what this says is summon the Treant to assist in the druid's current combat roll for 15 seconds. Let's see. Balance says cast Wrath for 11,000 nature damage every 2 seconds and will instant cast in the Tego root. So let's show you. put this on my bar. Okay. So we're attacking this guy, and he's closing on me. Cast 1. Now, there's 3 charges. So you can cast at 1, 2, or all 3. And it's a 20-second recharge. So he's on me. I cast it, boom, he's rooted instantly. Now, if you're bursting, this could be great. You know, it could be good if you pop all 3 of them. But if you're not bursting, I wouldn't suggest popping all 3, because you can root them 3 times. It will be affected by DR, but it is good. You could also root 2. So now, granted, they're standing right on top of each other, but wherever you're moving and wherever you click the spell, they will be put down right on top of you. So you can space them out. You can do a whole bunch of stuff so they can't get CC'd as much. You can put one here. You can put one here, and just run around and place them as you want. So it's definitely good. Let's see if I can show you guys Incarnation. It looks freaking awesome. Definitely one of the coolest things. Okay, let's click this guy. Come on. There it is. That is absolutely insane looking. The armor is just nuts looking. And it does awesome amounts of damage. This plus your trinket plus what else? That trinket. Oh, and your 90 talent right here. You'll be doing 100k crits all day long if you're geared. I mean, I 100k crit and my gear sucks. So, definitely worth Incarnation. Your 5th tier, Disorienting Roar. This is not really... I say this is probably the weakest one out of all 3. I see a lot of restos using this. It's kind of weak. I don't know if you can still do it, but it's only a 3-second CC, and it disorients them for 3 seconds. All enemies within 10 yards. And any damage caused to them will remove the effect, so that's definitely not good. And if you're not quick with your clone, say you run up to something and disorienting roar them, and you're not spamming your clone and you don't get it immediately, they have a chance to kick you if you're right next to them, reflect it. You have to be very quick with it. So I don't necessarily use that. Ursul's Vortex, this is awesome for a Vortex Beam. Very good. It puts a vortex on the ground, so let's see. You click it, you can put it anywhere you want. Any place. And what it does is when they run out of it, I'll show you guys. When they run out of it, they will run back. They will get tossed back into it. So if a healer, boom, that and then beam silenced. Okay, that's a terrible beam, but you get the point. Yeah, so I definitely suggest using that, and it's really good to kite with, especially if you root them and Cyclone or Vortex and then Beam. Very good. Mighty Bash is also really good. It's a 5-second stun, so this could be really good. You could stun them, root them into a beam. You know, you can do a lot of damage with it. That 5 seconds of being stunned, you can do a lot of stuff with it. The only downside of it is, if you're doing arenas with another partner who has a stun, you do not want this. It will DR with it, and it won't be good, because it'll only be like, what, 2 seconds or something? Not good. So if you're running arenas with another stun partner, do not use this. Overall, I think Vortex is definitely top. Your 90 talents, this is definitely one of the more interesting ones. Heart of the Wild. Heart of the Wild is really good. It increases your stamina, agility, and intellect by 6% at all times. So your health will be increased. Your stats will be increased by a small margin, but at all times. So even if you don't use this, if you're spec'd into it, you'll get that buff, no matter what. When activated, increases all healing done and dramatically improves the druid's ability to perform rolls outside their normal spec for 45 seconds. So pretty much, it increases the healing that you do. So if you're in an arena and you're facing a double DPS team or a very bursty team, you want to use this. This will save your ass a lot. It is a 6 minute cooldown, so you might only get to use it once, maybe twice in arena. Depends on how the arena is going. But Heart of the Wild is definitely a good survival tool. But it is a 6 minute cooldown, so could shy some people away from it. Dream of Cenarius. This is crap. I hate it. The Emerald Dream grants a benefit which varies by your combat spec. So for balance, increases your healing and healing touch by 20%. Casting healing touch increases the damage bonus of your next eclipse by 25%. Could be good, but it's really not. I mean, the healing touch doesn't really increase. It increases by about like 10,000 or something like that. Kinda sucks. It's not worth it. These two are definitely top of the mark right now. Nature's Vigil I like because it increases all damage and healing done by 12% for 30 seconds. While active, all single target healing spells also damage a nearby enemy target for 25% of the healing done, and all single target healing and damage spells and abilities also heal a nearby friendly target for 25%. And it's only a 1.5 minute cooldown. So this is extremely strong. Main reason with your unused trinket and this and Incarnation, you do absolutely insane damage. Absolutely insane damage. Also, Incarnation is a 3 minute cooldown. Nature's Vigil is a 1.5 minute, and your trinket is 1 minute. You can use Nature's Vigil and your trinket twice. So you can use it with our Incarnation, then you can use it without, and then next one you can use it with it. So you can constantly cycle huge damage into someone. And this as you're dishing damage, you will be able to get healed from it. So this is what I suggest. Especially because I enjoy World PvP a lot, so this is definitely good. 6 minute cooldown in World PvP, yeah, what are you gonna do with that? You can only go into a fight every 6 minutes, that's not fun. Alright, so what I do, Wild Charge, Cenarian Ward, Typhoon, Incarnation, Ursul's Vortex, and Nature's Vigil. Those are definitely, I think, the strongest ones, but try them all, see what you like, and play whichever one that suits your playstyle. Okay, we're going to Glyphs now. So the major Glyphs I choose are Glyph of Barkskin, Glyph of Stampede, and Glyph of Might of Ursoc. Glyph of Barkskin is pretty much a necessity. It's pretty nasty. It reduces the chance you'll be critically hit by 25%. So you can do this in a stun, which is amazing. The Glyph doesn't make you do it in a stun, but just for the fact that Barkskin is able to be done in a stun. It reduces all damage taken by 20%, and then plus it reduces your crit chance. So say you're in a deep freeze, boom, pop this. You're in a rogue stun, shadow dance, shadow blades, do this. You're in trouble, you do this. It's very strong, definitely one of the mandatories in my opinion. Glyph of Stampede, this is nice. Normally without this, you can only stampede in bear and cat form. With this, you can be in moonkin form, as you can see up here, and boom, just run around with it. It's awesome. Definitely awesome. Finally, Glyph of Might of Ursoc. Increases the health you gain from Might of Ursoc by 20% and increases the cooldown by 2 minutes. Now normally if you're using this, it's a pretty heated situation and you gotta use it fairly quick. Now I believe, let me check. I believe Might of Ursoc is a 5 minute cooldown. Yeah, 5 minutes. Then it would turn into a 7-minute cooldown, but it would give you 70% of your health. Now this is absolutely insane. This is pretty much like a lay on hands for you guys. You're taking damage, boom. You pop this, 776,000. And then as soon as you're out, you'll pretty much get most of your health back. It's really nasty. I love it. It's definitely a lifesaver. Let's see. The other ones you can use, which are pretty decent. Phase Silence, this is alright. I see a lot of restos using it, but I wouldn't use it really so much as a boomkin. There's definitely better ones out there. Guided Stars could be good if you go in single target or a few targets, but I don't know. I think these two are much better. Let's see. What else have we got here? Cyclone right here. A lot of people use Cyclone. Increases the range of your clone by 5 yards. 5 yards for me isn't really that big of a deal. I mean, you could be max range and he's running and you're casting it, and it could be good. Definitely could be good, but not. I don't know. I think these are extremely good, so I stick with these. For the minor glyphs, since I do world PvP a lot, I chose the ones that benefit me there in that area. Glyph of Aquatic Form increases your swim speed by 50% while in aquatic form. Can't beat that, and you're not getting caught, especially if you swim straight down in a deep watery area or something. They're not going to catch you. No way. Glyph of Grace. Feline Grace reduces fall damage even while not in cat form. This is good. You jump off a cliff, someone chases you, they're taking damage, you're not. Definitely push you ahead in the fight right off the bat. So, you can't pass that up. Glyph of Stars. Your Moonkin form looks like this, instead of this. Now, a lot of people like to look at this, like me. I think this is cool. Definitely one of the main reasons why I play Boomkin. But with this, especially if you got a pretty cool transmog set, you can see it. And a lot of the time, people don't realize if you're in Moonkin form, they try and hex you, they try and poly you. Sometimes they don't realize, and it definitely works out to your benefit. So that's definitely, and I think it definitely gives you an advantage in some situations. I like the Glyph of the Stag glyph because it turns this into a cheetah, because this is a little bit much to look at. I mean, the horns are enormous, and I don't know, not really a fan. Oh, that wasn't Stag, sorry, it was the cheetah glyph is what I'm talking about. It will make your travel form look like the old school cheetah, which is cool. The Orca makes your aquatic form look like an orca. And one with nature, this is kind of interesting. If you click on it, it teleports you some random place, which is kind of fun. Because actually, I just learned this about 2 days ago. I bought this glyph to see what it did, and I used it, and it brought me to some godforsaken low-level place, and there was actually some PvP going on, so I got in on that. So that was pretty cool. I thought it might bring you to like constant world PvP, but that was wishful thinking. Let's see. Yeah, I think that should do it for this guide for talents and glyphs. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. But yeah, I think that should do it for this one. So, till then, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.